All right, guys, and what is going on? How you all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm coming at you live for the first of the three reviews. And as always, the trifecta, which is our Wednesday night tradition here now on this channel. We're coming at you live for my live review of NXT UK, the January 9th, 2019 editions of NXT UK. As based off the advertisements, I thought at first we were just going to get one show this week, but we still did get two. But you know, I really feel after this week, there has if we're all caught up with the build to NXT UK Blackpool, obviously I feel next week there has to be just one show again. I mean, it's NXT UK's been off to a good start so far, but again, watching two shows of that plus 205 live and NXT, again, I choose to do this on Wednesday. It gets to be a lot. So it's like next week we should be getting back to just one episode, but we'll see what the plan is. Because the thing is that at this point, if they do have two episodes, then why isn't regular NXT having two episodes and whatnot? But they're really showing just be one next week. It's got to be that case. I think we're pretty much caught up now. It has to be. But yeah. So we got two pretty good episodes tonight. The second episode I thought was definitely the stronger episode. Of course, these tapings did take place again in the past several weeks at the Liverpool Olympia in Liverpool, England. We had, the first show we had a solid main event for the final semifinals match for the tag team championship tournament. We have that match official now. And for the most part, the card I predicted for Takeover Blackpool on Saturday, almost spot on. Almost spot on. But I think the card is looking pretty strong for a first UK takeover show. I'm looking forward to it. And not a bad series of go-home shows. We had a great main event with Gallus and British Strong Style in a match that was good, but I know if you put those two stables on pay-per-view, they could do even better. But we'll get to that, of course, in a little bit. Of course, they did give them a lot of time. I mean, I didn't get to look up the time for that match. Actually, maybe I'll do that when we get to that match. I'll try to look up the time because I like to know because they gave those guys quite a good amount of time in the ring. But again, that is a match I think needs to be on pay-per-view someday for sure. Gallus and the British Strong Style in a 6-man tag. But let's get started with this review. We opened up with a match between two guys that have been, with a tag team match with Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan taking on two guys that have kind of been like more so just there. I'm not sure if they're really, jobbers or if they're going to be taken seriously or not. Jamie Ahmed and Dan Maloney teamed up. Not a bad match. Kind of still, showing how, this team of Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan is not always completely on the same page because, Kenny Williams does not seem to really be, the dancing type like Amir Jordan is. But we had some good hard-hitting action. Ahmed and Maloney were in control in the early part of the matches, but Williams and Jordan picked up the win. Their first, of course, this was their first also as a UK in the UK division when Williams took out Maloney at ringside with a dive through the top ropes, allowing Jordan to hit a moonsault on Ahmed to get the victory. So that was how we started off the show. Then we had an in-ring promo with Gallus. But Joe Coffey just spoke the whole time pretty much. He said no one likes us and we don't care as usual. And we get the no one likes you chant. He also added that Pete Dunne will get what's coming to him during the upcoming match between Gallus and British Strong Style, and he'll be lucky to even make it to take over Blackpool. So it's a little brief promo there by the Iron King, as he's calling him, hoping to dethrone, the king of the UK division, Pete Dunne, on Saturday at TakeOver. Then we have this segment, which I liked. It was a Q&A with Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm, who are going to face each other for the NXT UK Women's Championship on a Saturday. Rhea Ripley took exception to a pathetic question. She claimed it was pathetic, asking how she plans to defeat Toni Storm at TakeOver Blackpool, pointing out her own success in the Mae Young Classic. Well, Toni Storm pointed out her own success in the Mae Young Classic and described Rhea Ripley as a joker. But Rhea continued to remind Toni Storm that she defeated her for the title in in November before finishing second by holding up her title and walking away. But she kept reminding her, hey, I beat you. Toni Storm, rattled off the names of the great matches she had in the Mae Young Classic this year with the likes of, Jinny, Xia Li, I believe it was, Mia Yim, Mako Satomura, which again was still one of my match of the year candidates for sure, and even a great match with Io Shirai to win it, of course. But all Rhea kept saying was, I won, I beat you though. You never beat me, pretty much. So that'll get taken into effect. I don't see Toni. I mean, I feel Toni Storm should get a run eventually with the UK Women's title, but I still think she's going to take it yet. I still think what they need to do is have Rhea hold that title till Tegan Nox is healthy. And I don't know if Tegan Nox would be a fit for NXT UK or regular NXT, but I feel based off of what happened with her in the Mae Young Classic with her knee injury stuff she suffered against Rhea Ripley, I feel Tegan Nox should be the one to dethrone Rhea Ripley eventually for the UK Women's title. So I still don't see Ripley dropping the title on Saturday, but we'll get to that tomorrow for my my takeover UK takeover predictions. That tomorrow during the day before the special live stream. We had a pretty good match also in the women's division between Isla Dawn and Xia Brooks. It was Xia Brooks' hometown of Liverpool. Both of them are bay faces, so they had a sign of respect at the beginning. Isla Dawn accepted. Both women attempted several submissions and unique pinfalls, but Brookside tried a victory roll from her opponent's shoulders, but Dawn sat back and covered up Brookside with a roll up 1, 2, 3, just like the start. They shook hands post match, respect to each other. So not a bad match, just like a technical wrestling match for the most part. It wasn't really the most amazing match, but I thought it was definitely a good performance by both girls. But after the match backstage, Isla Dawn was backstage and Jinny attacked her, claiming that there's a difference between a witch and a queen. So I guess we're getting some type of match after takeover between Jinny and Isla Dawn, which not bad draw there for the women's division for sure. Moving on to the next match, which was Damian Weir taking on Jordan Devlin. Don't know much about Damian Weir, but this match just to put over Jordan Devlin and kind of continue on his views with what's going on here with Travis Banks. Devlin just getting his mind saying that he feels that he proudly represents his country, while Travis Banks does not represent his country of New Zealand well, which he also fired shots him again in the second episode. But match was just kind of a quick squash match to put over Devlin, which seeing this match, well, first off, Damian Weir did have a little bit of a rally, but then Devlin just, had the upper hand most of the time, hitting an impressive cutter before picking up the win of the Ireland's call. I really think Jordan Devlin should have a shot on 205 Live. I mean, I don't know if he's really going to get. I mean, I'm not sure where this direction with him and Travis Banks is going, which they are having a match on Saturday, which I predicted I think would be good for them. But I think, you can work at NXT UK, but they're talking about, bringing in this new talent and whatnot, 205 Live. I feel like Devlin should have an opportunity on 205 Live. What's the harm going to be done? Noam Dar is getting opportunities in NXT UK also. Why not take a shot on 205 Live also? I feel he would work pretty good on the purple brand, I feel for sure. But after the match, Travis Banks came out as Jordan Devlin was set to speak on a microphone during his post-match interview, but Banks came out and and Devlin escaped, but then Banks challenged Devlin to a match, but the Irishman backed out. So it was made official during the second show that they will have a match on Saturday at TakeOver Blackpool, and there was another segment involved in them. I feel like I got the hiccups again, so swig of water. Anyways, so then we had the final match of the first show, which was Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews taking on a team of James Drake and Zach Gibson, Liverpool's number one. The semifinals where the winner will face Mustache Mountain for the NXT UK tag titles at TakeOver Blackpool on Saturday. I mean, it seemed very obvious to me that Gibson and Drake were going to win, which they did, but, I thought they could pull the trigger. Obviously, the storyline here also that, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Barthel, which I will praise them big time in the NXT review. the stipulation there was that they were banned from ringside, as they have had their issues with Andrews and Morgan, which I feel they will have a continued feud with that on NXT UK following Takeover Blackpool. But still, I thought it was still a really good match for both of these teams. It was almost a quick near fall by James Drake on Andrews into the match, but then but it was a fast paced start. Of course, Flash Morgan Webster turned things around when he was tagged in. Andrews almost pinned Gibson after an assisted 450 splash, but then Andrews was taken out of the match at ringside. Gibson hit Webster with a double team kick, a double team ticket to ride to get the win, and so Zach Gibson and James Drake, which I've been the wild card heel tag team so far. I feel that obviously we couldn't have just Gallus and British Strong Style face off just for the vacated UK tag titles. Like eventually Gallus is going to win those tag titles for sure. I mean, it could be the next UK Takeover pay-per-view after Blackpool or something down the line. But sometime down the line it is going to happen. But a good match there, but a good heel team to probably put over. I still think we're going to probably have Mustache Mountain having the run of the UK tag titles, which is for sure deserved. I mean, they had a brief run with the NXT tag titles, but this is their division now. I think that they're definitely the team due to win the inaugural UK tag titles. So good match there in the main event. So the first show, move on to the second show now. We opened up with a match with Ligero and Joseph Connors. Joseph Connors kind of cut a promo last week's episodes. I don't know. It looks like again, a lot of the shows are starting to copy, what Cassius Ohno was doing, saying, these shiny new toys thing, which, again, I kind of hate it whenever they kind of recycle storylines at the same time. That's kind of the same thing that's going on here with Joseph Connors. So he has this match with Ligero, who Ligero's not a bad talent, but again, I feel like he's always been there just to put over guys. But to my surprise, Ligero got the win here in a decent opening match. It was a back and forth encounter. Connors targeted Ligero's mask at one point, but he was unsuccessful trying to rip it off. The finish came when Ligero landed a tornado DDT off the ropes to pick up the win, which is a pretty nice spot, I gotta say there. The second match was a match between Travis Banks and Tyson T-Bone, with T-Bone's tag team partner Saxon Huxley in his corner. He was in control for most of the match, though, surprisingly, Travis Banks was, which I wouldn't have said, if they're trying to make a squash match for Travis Banks, I would not have had it against Tyson T-Bone. That got me head scratching a little bit with that. Huxley was trying to get involved at one point, but didn't work. But then Banks' music would then hit again during the match. But out came Jordan Devlin on the stage dressed as Travis Banks with New Zealand flags around him. But then Banks didn't get thrown off your main focus and hit his slice of heaven kick on Tyson T-Bone to get the win. Afterwards, Devlin and Banks began to brawl, but the Irishman soon escaped. Just like the previous episode, he walked to the back. So probably the opening match, I would say, we will probably get on Saturday with Devlin and Banks, which should be good. Again, I'll say my predictions, of course, for the predictions video I will do tomorrow. So we had that match, which was all right. But again, I just found it weird that they're using Tyson T-Bone to pretty much job to Travis Banks. But we had that match to the second match of the show, and are the results going to load here? Hello. 1 second, guys. Having some technical difficulties here. Wrestle Yard, what's going on here, my friend? Let's try this again. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Okay, why is Wrestle Yard acting up? Yeah, something's going on with Wrestle Yards. I gotta grab the results here. Let's just see here. Oh yeah, the only match that was really left was the main event, which was British Strong Style and Gallus, which, again, for just a regular TV match, I thought it was good. Again, I know these two teams can put on an even better match, of course, if they would ever be on pay-per-view. I think that it would be an excellent classic for sure. The match started off, of course, a little slow. You know, the way how Gallus wants it, slow and methodical, as of course the announcers said so as well. Of course, you know, throughout the match, Joe Coffey was avoiding trying to have have an altercation with Pete Dunne throughout the match. You know, that Mark Coffey, I think, got most of the offense in there. Of course, we saw a lot of great spots this match. It did pick up big time once British Strong Style started getting them momentum going. Of course, again, you know, Joe and Pete were taking shots at each other, so as you know, staring down like, you know, with the finger grips. The one time Joe Coffey tried distracting Pete Dunne with the holding a UK title for himself. But then, as I felt was necessary to definitely give Joe Coffey some momentum, Gallus wins the match by having Joe Coffey pinning Tyler Bate. So, like, Coffey didn't eat the pin. Pete Dunne didn't eat the pin. I thought, you know, it was the right move to make, in my honest opinion. And then afterwards, Joe and Pete just stared each other down. But there was a couple really good spots for sure in this match. Just whenever Tyler Bates spun Wolfgang around with the airplane and whatnot. I also like the spot towards the end where Tyler Bate did like that big corkscrew in the air to take out everyone outside the ring. That was a sick spot, I thought, as well. I just thought there was a lot of back and forth, great action in this match. Again, it was a great match, but if they put these two teams on pay-per-view, which someday, again, the problem though is I still see Eddie Dennis being the one to dethrone Pete Dunne of the UK title. But I honestly would not mind them attempting to do what they did with which I don't think worked out as good. But at Backlash 2009, when it had a team of Triple H, Shane McMahon, Batista taking on Orton and Legacy for the WWE title, but instead this time having a match where it's like 2 out of 3 falls, or if you want to go as far as this, having this happen. The winning team gets both the UK title and the UK tag titles. Maybe, or it could be a 2 falls match where the first falls for the tag titles, second falls for the UK championship. Maybe some of that, I don't know, but I feel like these two teams can definitely put on a classic if you put them in on pay-per-view. But Gallus gets the win thanks to Joe Coffey pinning Tyler Bate, and that's how you go off the air. Again, thought it was solid 2 shows. The second show I thought was better than the first one, though, in my opinion. So I'll give this this week's grade for NXT UK a B+. So pretty good go home series this week. And hopefully next week it'll be back to just 1 episode, as I feel it should be, because of course I'll calm down. What's the point of having 2 episodes now, if you know what I mean? If NXT's not getting 2 episodes, why should NXT UK get 2 episodes a week? Makes no sense. But that'll be happening after Saturday. So again, I will, of course, we have 2 more reviews tonight, and I will be doing my NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool predictions tomorrow afternoon sometime. We'll do that then, and I'll say my predictions for them. Again, but the card, again, shaping up really good with Travis Banks and Jordan Devlin. The finals for the UK tag titles, the debut UK tag titles, which is Mustache Mountain, and a team of James Drake and Zach Gibson. Liverpool's number 1, of course. We have Dave Massive and Eddie Dennis, who had a couple, promos for their match as well. Just wanted to prove is a no DQ match, trying to prove who really is the true monster of NXT UK. I forgot to mention that, of course, as well. But that should be a good match. And I feel that whoever wins this match will be the new number 1 contender for the United Kingdom Championship. That will probably get that shot at the next takeover, which again, I think it'll be Eddie Dennis. I think he will be the one again to dethrone Pete Dunne. We're also let's see here. We're supposed to get. We're getting the women's title match between Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley, which should be great, and the main event, Pete Dunne and Joe Coffey for the UK title. Which again, we'll talk about that stuff tomorrow, guys. But again, B+ for NXT UK this week. What grade would you have NXT UK for this week? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. And make sure it's always a click my like and subscribe or contact my channel. Follow me on Twitter at Demand. Everybody, throw it back in just a minute for my 205 live review next. So until then, guys, have a great night and peace out, everybody.